Viewer discretion is advised.
If you feeling like a pimp, niggas gon' pimp.
Hello, awesome sauce. This is Blind Adam Wonders, the Comic Pimp. This is Awesome Sauce Radio here on Comic Crusaders, www.comiccrusaders.com. You can catch the replay on Sunday night on Demon Sea Radio, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, www.demonseedradio.com. I hope you're all having a lovely Wednesday night. Before we bring on the guest, I'd like to thank all of my sponsors and give a couple shout-outs real quick. First, I would like to, shout out Exotica. Exotica is happening this weekend in Miami, September 17th through the 19th. I will not be there due to some travel difficulties, but I will be at their October show, October 23rd through the 25th in Edison, New Jersey, and I cannot wait for my home show to happen, so exotica.com. I also want to say thank Big Apple Comic Con. Big Apple Comic Con is happening September 25th and 26th at the New York Hotel, and I can't not wait to see everybody there. Also, I want to thank Key Collector Comics. Key Collector is the only app in comics you ever need. It's got all the knowledge to help your investment portfolios. So type in Blind Adam, all one word. Blind Adam, all one word, and get yourself 2-3 weeks. And learn about your comics. Yeah. Also want to give Britt Liberty a shout out. Hey, Brittany, how you doing? Maybe I'll take you toy shopping at the next sponsor. You need the toys? This company's got all the toys. Bad Dragon, www.bad-dragon.com. Toys, lubes, all that great stuff. Tell them Blind Adam sent you. www.baddragon.com. Also want to give a shout out to the Sloan Real Estate Group. Love you guys. Lacey, the Vegas gal, love you. Amber Coleman, I'll be emailing you again. Michelle, thank you for allowing me to become one of your clients. And I believe that's everybody. All right, now we're going to bring on the guest. Now, this guest is sexy. This guest is talented. She is a legend. The sexy, the talented. Give it up for Rebecca Love. How you doing?
Hi, honey. How are you?
I am doing great.
I love your Superman hat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was the best $10 I ever spent at Great Adventure.
Well, it stands out.
Cool. So, I'd like to know what have you been up to lately?
Well, I had karaoke triple X on Monday, so I was out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning hosting that. Well, I always have a guest of honor, so Goddess Lilith was our guest of honor, and she could sing, and so could a lot of people at karaoke, and we just had fun and we hung out.
Cool. So karaoke triple X is back. What is karaoke triple X? Can you explain to my audience karaoke triple X, please?
So it's located here in Las Vegas, and it keeps everybody united. It could be cam models, fetish models, porn stars, anybody in the adult industry. We try to celebrate everybody. So we just have fun, and our DJ or KJ or karaoke jockey is a drag queen. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still at the same venue?
It's been at Jackpot's Bar and Grill for, I want to say, at least 5 years now. But they switched locations this summer, but it's only a couple blocks up the road.
Ah, cool. Where's the new location?
Jones and Harmon. If you go to karaoketriplex.com, it has the address.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And when is the next one?
It's every second Monday of the month.
Okay, so I think that will be the weekend. Well, like if I can't get tickets to New York Comic Con, maybe I'll just get a flight and come out to, karaoke Triple X.
You mean you're going to come all the way from New York to go to Vegas just for karaoke?
Oh, to visit some friends I haven't seen in a year and a half since we had the lockdown and everything.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Craig and Julie in forever. Hey, Julie Rocket, how you doing?
Hey, Julie Rocket. I haven't seen her in a minute.
Yeah. So, let's explain to the audience how we know each other. To the audience, this is my prize all those many years ago on Howard Stern. I won her and Caressa Kisses.
He won me. He totally did.
And she looked at my 1-inch pocket rocket raisin looking penis and laughed and smacked me.
That is not true, and that's not my MO.
I know.
Blind Adam is also a liar. So it's liar, blind Adam. Just to let you guys know out there, just in case you're not familiar. It's not true. We actually had a lot of fun with you. And that was the first time I ever watched the video. So when you sent me the link to the Howard
Reddit thing,
to the Howard
Stern.
Stern.
We made Reddit.
I know, right? I can't believe you found it. So I was amazed.
Al Mega, the producer and the owner of Comic Crusaders, found that, and he sent it to me with LOL, LOL, LOL. Look what I found on Reddit, and I was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Unfortunately, I can't share it with everybody because my titties are out and stuff like that. But it is on Reddit, so I bet you if you wrote Blind Adam, he could probably send you the link.
Yes, and there's also a version of it on Daniel Carver's YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
So they can find it that way as well.
Awesome.
As I was searching for it. But all kidding aside, I got on Howard Stern back in 2003. And that's my earliest work, which I really very critical when I watch it because
mine too. It was my early work too.
How long were you in the industry around that point when we met?
Late 90s. So that was 2003. That wasn't too far in.
Mm-hmm. I was so nervous that day.
Honey, you were losing your virginity. I was nervous the first day I lost mine too, but mine was over in 3 seconds.
Normally I would save us to the end, but without that day, without you and Caressa,
it was like Applebee's.
Everything that I've had for the last 17 years.
It's been a minute. It's been a while.
Yeah. Without Rebecca, I would not be where I am today.
Okay. Now, I am not going to be blamed for your corruption. That is not my doing.
Actually, the reason I look so tired in that video is I went to Scores the night before and just robed into the studio.
Okay. Do you want me to feel bad for you? Because I don't.
No, that was the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, I was going to say Scores might have been your greatest night, but we were the day girls.
Yeah. So how's Topics from the Hat going?
Well, we do Topics from the Hat every month where we just take random questions from everybody. And so that's once a month on our podcast network, Adult Film Star Network. But I produce a podcast network called Adult Film Star Network. And it's Jocelyn Stone's podcast, Sick Addictions, mine, Talking Dirty with Rebecca Love, and Topics from the Hat.
That's awesome. How is Jocelyn doing these days?
She's doing great. I just saw her today for a minute at my house, and she's fabulous.
That's great. Hi, Jocelyn. I hope you're doing well.
I'll let her know you said hi.
Yeah, don't tell her that she scares me.
She should. She scares me, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, she's my little bulldog. Oh, Craig C. Oh, I didn't even notice. I thought they would be in the chat room, but they're up on the thing. Hey, Lon. There's like shout outs on your billboard.
Nice. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We are with the sexy and talented Rebecca Love. You have any new movies coming out since, in the near future?
My last movie was called Girls, Guns, and Blood, and I think it's on Amazon Prime. It might even be on Tubi now. I don't know.
I haven't checked Tubi. The last time I saw it, I think I may have seen it on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. But I am looking for future work in horror movies. So if anybody's listening tonight, Rebecca Love would like to check that off our bucket list, please. Thank you. And you're welcome.
I don't know which producer is in. If Dave, that's you, please show the two movie posters for Girls, Guns, and Blood.
Yep. Hey, sharing it. It's popped up, man. It's all over the screen right now.
Nice. Can you tell the audience what Girls, Guns, and Blood was, please?
It's pretty much that. Girls, Guns, and Blood. What
am I not getting
here? What are you not getting, Adam? What are you not getting? The story behind it is I was at a Vegas Knights game, and Christine Wynn called me, and she's like, "Hey, Rebecca, do you want to fly in and shoot for a few days?" And I'm like, sure. What day? Tonight. I went, no, that ain't happening. There's no way I could get out of the hockey game and still make a flight. So, and I still had to pack. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll fly out earliest in the morning. Send me what side you want me to memorize that night. And I flew out in the morning. And by the way, I was covering for Stormy Daniels because the whole thing came out with the president like a month later. So I think she was scrambling on that. So I was called to fill her spot. So her spot was 3 days all combined. They already shot the rest of the movie. And I just had to come in and do her, which was a madam at the brothel. So I fly in, I memorize all the stuff. I'm exhausted. I probably had a couple hours sleep because I didn't sleep on the plane because I was learning my lines. I get there, makeup all done, everything. It wasn't even the right sides. I learned something that they weren't even set up to shoot yet.
Oh, wow.
So had those lines down, which we didn't do until the last day. So I stayed up all night with Christine and we practiced the other lines. So I was ready the next day and every scene was me. So I can't explain it. It was a crazy time.
Such a great movie. Such an incredible cast. You, Cherry DeVille.
It might be a cult favorite. I don't recommend watching it by yourself, but you should definitely watch it with a group of friends, pop some popcorn, and make it a drinking game.
So you want people to get drunk and mess up there.
I think it's a fun movie if you take it for what it is.
Yeah. So I know you're a huge horror fan, and you list Gremlins and Jaws as two of your favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, well, I have so many horror movies that I actually love, but I have behind me, Adam, I have like a treasure. I have like a replica Gremlin, a replica Gizmo. I have a couple Gizmos. Slimer behind me, Michael Myers mask, definitely Friday the 13th. I have a Scream mask. It freaking pukes horror behind me. So I am a big horror fan. That's why I do Twitch Tuesdays and game horror games.
Nice. So how is Twitch going for you?
So I'm addicted. I show up. Hey, Cece. I show up every Tuesday for 4 hours. I have a Scream team behind me. And I'm a variety streamer, but it's multiple player games. So I involve the audience. We play Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th. We're going to try Project Winter next week. So we take all the horror games and we just battle it out and have fun and roast each other.
That's awesome.
It's good times.
Yeah. So you were also one of my favorite porn remakes of all time. is
Porn
they
re-
basically show the Debbie Does Dallas Revenge.
with
Box,
Leslie
if that's the right
Zen.
one. What's that?
With Leslie Zen. Wasn't she the
Yeah.
bitch and I was her little sidekick?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember, well, I don't remember everything about that movie, but I did make really good friends with Leslie. And I think it was Sunrise Adams that was the lead, which is a good friend of mine was Sunset Thomas, and that was her niece, Sunrise Adams.
Yep. And I think they're both. Are they both no longer in the industry? I know Sunset retired.
Yeah, Sunset retired. I don't know much about Sunrise. Like I in the beginning I worked with her, but I had no clue and I didn't meet Sunset until a few years later.
And if anyone wants to Google the reality show that you and Sunset were in, that is something to watch.
I don't even remember what you're talking about, Adam.
It was a reality show with Sunset Thomas, where it was showing Sunset's.
Maybe it was a pilot or something.
It was a pilot, I think.
Yeah, it might have been a pilot that didn't get picked up. So that was one of my failures. I've had lots of failures and a couple success.
That's cool. But without failure, you cannot have success. So.
Well, thank you. I need that on a t-shirt.
Did you read Archie comics growing up?
Okay, so I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of comics.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Star Wars or Star Trek, but
Okay.
I do like boys on Amazon. For some reason, I like the dark side for some reason. But no, I didn't do a lot of comics, but I'm learning a lot about them because when I lost my eyesight for a few months because I did PRK, I had to do cosplay. And I wore sunglasses and I was like Catwoman, and which was my version of Pussycat or vice versa. And I did things where I had to wear the sunglasses. So I got wrapped up in like Zatanna has to be my spirit girl. Because somebody had me play her and I was just like, oh my God, I love her. I love her. She's amazing. So I'm learning a lot now since people saw all the cosplay. They start ordering customs and they want those characters.
So they're ordering a custom from you is on the table now. Okay.
Well, I do OnlyFans, so it's part of my content producing and keeping the fans happy because they want certain things.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Guys, I actually had a question of the day. And, is one of the producers can bring up the Josie and the Pussycats comic? I'd appreciate that. Thirst, do you think Josie and the Pussycats would make a really cool porn parody?
Everything makes a really cool porn parody.
That's right. Rule 34, I forgot.
Yes, rule 34. Everything makes a porn parody. Blind Adam, porn parody. There's something there.
Actually, that's a documentary series that I'm gonna start working on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And no, I was gonna ask if you were a fan of Archie because Archie was always choosing between Betty and or Veronica.
I know of it.
Yeah, but how come you just didn't have a three-way?
Well, it was the 50s, right? Is
Yeah,
that even allowed? I mean, they had to sleep in
Maybe.
separate beds. Where are they going to get the third one?
I'm sure you could push a bunch of bunk beds together or something.
Bunch of bunk beds together. All right. Well, now they're just layered.
Yeah, I guess that would be difficult.
They didn't sleep together back in the day, but there's a porn parody, right? There's got to be a porn parody.
Yeah, I think Wood Rocket may have put something out.
Ah, there you go. I don't watch a lot of porn. Once in a while, I might Google alien porn, but that's about it.
Alien porn?
I like tentacles. I like, intergalactic species. Yeah, I'm into that.
That's awesome. This goes out to a friend of mine, and I'm going to keep her name nameless.
Okay.
What advice would you give for a girl wanting to be with a girl for the first time?
Let it happen organically. Don't plan it out. My first experience happened to be with my neighbor, and it wasn't like we planned on it. We were just had too many drinks and we started kissing, and it went further than that. I feel like if it just happens naturally, it's going to be the best experience of your life. It's going to be awkward if you plan it.
I hope the person who asked me to ask that was listening, and there is your answer. They know who they are.
I have not, besides porn, because it's the only time I plan a threesome.
Mhm.
It's always or lesbian experience. It's always happened organically in the real world,
Okay, that makes sense.
and it's awesome in the real world. Not that it's not awesome on porn, but when it happens naturally, it's explosive.
What do you think of all the changes happening in the industry right now with the whole Visa and MasterCard thing?
That's always been happening. That's not new. Visa and MasterCard, way back when, used to give us problems. I'm so used to changing and being on edge and trying to jump on the next train that I'm used to this. Like when the OnlyFans thing came out, I wasn't even scared. I was like, all right, what train is leaving next? And I started to prepare myself and get all my stuff together, but I have everything backed up on my externals and stuff. So I just have to start setting up a new account somewhere. I just wasn't sure where everybody else was jumping to. And I don't care about the girls, I care about the customers. So I need to know where they trust their credit cards. And one way to solve this whole problem is get on the Bitcoin train, or I'm sorry, the cryptocurrency thing. Then we wouldn't have to worry about MasterCard or Visa.
Yeah. You know, what advice would you give for someone just starting out in the industry or thinking about it?
Get out. um, this is what I say. I say if you're willing, and I'm going to give you the hard stuff, because if you're willing to work for yourself for the rest of your life, because society is still going to always mark you as an outcast, and you have thick skin and you don't care about the repercussions, or you can handle them, then go for it. But don't ever expect to work in a corporate job, because you are an HR, or I'm sorry, you're a corporate liability, and you're an HR issue. So unless you're working in an adult company, I would or you're going to work for yourself, I would just try to find somewhere else to make great money. Find out what's new on the horizon, because I feel like the adult industry, it kind of, everybody's doing it. It's a hard one to get into. Um, I've ridden the train for so long that I try to keep myself relevant, but you don't know how many times I'm like, God, this can be hard and stressful, changing up and trying to, and I'm getting older too. And I'm always thinking, is this the decade that I get out, or should I do something else and start wrapping up retirement or whatever? But it's definitely a life changer if you pick to be in this. And sometimes it's hard to brag about to your friends and family, because it's not something that's accepted in society. Even if you work your ass off to do it. And trust me, I do everything from technology to my websites to marketing. I have so many hats, and I'm the model. It's time consuming. It's an everyday job. And I don't have anybody pat me on the shoulder going, hey, you are doing a great job. We're going to make you an employee of the month. You also got your 401k over here, and you got great health insurance and bennies. No, I have to do it all on my own. Just remember, it's a very hard job. Sex is the easiest part of it.
That is the most amazing advice anyone is ever giving on getting into the industry on this show in this last 6 years.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How's the stand-up comedy going? I know you had
So I don't like stand-up comedy. Oh my God, I hate it. I love everything from the writing to the community to going to the shows and watching great talent on the stage. But for me to get up there and perform, It's the most heart-wrenching, soul-sucking thing I've ever done, and I hated it. And I did it for a few years, and I went, "Why am I doing this? If I don't like it this much, why am I doing it?" And it's because I didn't want to fail. But I experienced it, I did it, and I'm done with it because it didn't make me happy. But you know what makes me happy is sitting in the audience and praising the people that are really good at the craft.
Oh, wow. 'Cause I know you did it for a couple of years, if memory serves me correct.
Yeah, I tried so hard to like that stage and I just could not. It's almost like doing porn and you hate it. You know, the girls that just do it for the money?
Mm-hmm. The girls
It's
that
like,
are at the Jesus
yeah.
Loves Porn Stars booth every year at Exotica, yeah.
And it's like, why do you do it if you hate it? And I had to ask, I just step back and ask myself that. And I realized, oh my God, I am taking up somebody's space to be up here. Let me get the fuck down and appreciate the song and dance.
Wow.
Mhm.
I noticed also on your website that you're a huge fan of the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's I can't help it.
No,
I've
no,
been
no. My question was, if you could select one member of the cast, who would it be and why?
if I could what?
If you could select one member of the Jersey Shore
Did you
cast,
say fuck?
yeah.
If I could fuck?
If you could not have your way with any member of the cast,
Okay. Well, at first I was going to say I really want to meet Snooki, but if I could fuck, it would be Jenny because I feel like she'd be an amazing fuck.
oh wow.
Yeah, she's just hardcore. Like I'd wrap myself up in that.
You know, I have a soft spot for Dina, but that's because
She's so
that,
cute.
that's just going on voice.
So you watch Jersey Shore too?
Yes, I do.
I just got back from Jersey Shore.
So I saw.
Yeah, I love it. I used to go the last few years I started going to Jersey Shore, go from Atlantic City down to Cape May and oh my God, I love it. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Everyone excuse the background noise. It looks like I'm having another storm. Yay.
You can't even hear it. The noise cancellation's working well.
Beautiful. All right. Yeah, and I also would like to party with the situation in Pauly D.
Yeah, well, I think Pauly D's out here in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I think he's still DJing at the
Oh, he has
Stratosphere.
residency.
Yeah,
Where is he?
I think he's at the Stratosphere.
No, not at the Strat. No. Really? The Strat?
Yeah, but that's been going off a very faulty two brain cell memory.
I don't know. I just don't feel like he's are you sure it's not Dre's?
It may be Dre's now.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
That's right. I think I may be dating myself because I know he started out at the Stratosphere.
Oh, he might have started out there, but I do know I don't think he'd be at the but that's okay. It's not like I'm gonna
Like
go
I said,
out to
I was going
stalk
from memory for a
Pauly
second.
D.
Yep. Are you caught up on the latest season of Walking Dead?
Has it started yet?
I think so.
Okay, you just said that with a question.
It's good because this is season 11. I think we're at
Yeah,
episode
doesn't it
24.
start in October?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I'm all caught up. I hate it. Like I started off loving it and then after Negan, after he killed Glenn, it kind of went downhill from there and now I just watch it because I invested so many seasons that I have to finish it. But I don't like it.
So what are you currently binging?
Everything. It started in 2020 and I haven't stopped. Let's see. Some good ones. Well, I always watch AGT because I love America's Got Talent. And I do all horror, so American Horror Story. God, I binge so much. I can't even like name titles that there was something that I got one for you, Adam. You got to watch Cruel Summer on Hulu.
Will do. It's actually I was going to do it last night, but I got wrapped into the Why the Last Man,
Ah, I heard
which is
something
based on
about
one of
Why
my
the
favorite
Last
comic books
Man.
of all time.
It's what?
It's based on one of my favorite comic books of all time by Brian K. Vaughan. So
Well, what's it about?
it's about a world where there's just one man, where everyone except one man gets wiped out from the male species.
It's
And
just him and a bunch of women?
yeah,
Whoa.
and they're basically trying to figure out why he's the only man left.
Because he has billions of sperm count.
Oh yeah, super sperm,
Super sperm.
super sperm.
Huh. I'll have to watch that one. Even though I don't watch stuff like that, I'll try an episode. I
Yeah,
gave
it
Boys
is well done.
I gotta tell you, have you watched Boys on Amazon Prime?
I'm on almost ending season 2 now, and I love it.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites.
It is one of the few shows when I looked at it, I was like, this doesn't even need a porn parody.
But it kind of had a fetish parody.
Yeah, that's true.
A little fetishy on season 1. Well,
Oh,
all of
definitely.
them.
Hang on, I lost my train of thought for a second. Now I got it back. Yay!
I'm glad you caught it.
Yes. Do you have any advice, and this comes from another member of my audience who wants to stay nameless?
Okay.
He knows who he is. What advice would you give for any guys who want to get pegged for the first time?
I don't know how to give that advice because I haven't pegged a lot of guys. I think Jocelyn Stone would be more suited for the pegging advice. I assume if you're going to stick anything up your ass, that you might want to work out that hole a little bit and stretch it with some plugs and then work up to that strap on that's going to go up in there. I wish I could give you better advice, but I haven't pegged that many. I think I might have pegged one guy in my whole life.
Okay.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't even remember. I'm very vanilla. I am. I'm very vanilla.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I just said I have a friend, and his ultimate dream is to get pegged by Maitland Ward.
Who's that?
She is the hottest thing in porn. She's the chick from Boy Meets World. Crossed over.
Yeah, I never watched Boy Meets or Girl Meets Boy or whatever you just said.
Yeah, basically, it was a sitcom back in the 90s.
I remember of it. I just never watched it, but that's cool.
And so you're doing cosplay. You having more cosplay coming up?
Yeah, I'm somebody just got me, and I know you guys are gonna laugh. I shoot a lot of horror, first of all. I like creature features. What would the monsters do if they went beyond what you see in the horror movies? That's my thing. But I have a lot of fans because I have an Amazon wish list, and I'll put costumes out there because they'll come up with suggestions. I just got Betty Rubble. I know.
I saw that.
What? You saw that?
I know, yeah, I saw that on Twitter that you just got a new Betty Rebel costume.
Yep. So I am definitely going to try something with her because somebody requested Marge Simpson. I guess there was a tentacle one back in the late 90s, a Halloween episode where she slept with an alien, and that's how Maggie was born.
I do not remember that one.
Yeah, well, I actually did the cosplay to it. It's fucking hilarious. So now I got Betty Rebel. I've done Marge Simpson. What else did I get the other day? Poison Ivy.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of costumes that I have to get to. The problem is I'm trying to get to those characters, and at the other orders are coming in, and there's only one of me. So if we could just clone Rebecca Love, that would be awesome.
You mean like that one episode of Family Guy? where they cloned Stewie and Brian.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. You
So
still
yeah,
watching Rick and Morty?
I love Rick and Morty. Are you kidding me? I'm
You
not all
caught up?
caught up.
What did you
I'm
think of the ending?
well, I'm not all caught up.
Oh,
Like
you're not? Oh, my bad.
I'm I'm all caught up where it ended with the dragon on the last season, but I'm not caught up on the one this season.
Okay.
You're all caught up, I take it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not there yet. I just finished the episode where he went into the unconscious mind of his friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on that episode.
That's a great episode.
All the
There is no bad Rick and Morty.
there is no bad Rick and Morty. My favorite, of course, is Pickle Rick.
Pickle
Pickle
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah. Have you seen Katie Morgan lately?
I haven't seen her. So gosh, it had to be before the pandemic. So it's been a minute. Once we
Yeah,
all went
she'll be at
indoors.
Exotica in October.
Oh, she'll be there.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I haven't seen her since AVN 2020.
AVN.
Yeah,
AVN.
AVN happened right before the world shut down.
Oh, that's right. It did. I'm like, did
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Yeah, it did because it shut down in March.
Yep.
A week after Karaoke Triple X. I remember now.
Yeah, because I was stayed out in Vegas till February of that year, and then I came home, and then the world shut down.
And the world shut down. And I go, you know what? Casinos are not going to shut down unless hell freezes over. And guess what, Adam? It
They
did.
did.
It truly did. The most crazy thing was driving down the strip and it was a ghost town. The hotels were dark. It was the eeriest thing. And I had to drive down it and film it because I knew I would never see this again in my lifetime.
Wow. How's Vegas now?
Oh, gosh. It's a super spreader. Come on over.
I'm still waiting, and it's weird because I've been contemplating relocating out there, and I put
From
that
New
all on
York?
hold. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sick of winter, is what it is.
You're sick of winter. Well, I mean, that's a good reason because it only snows here like once every 5 years. You might get a duster.
Unless I go up to the mountains.
Oh, yeah. If you go up to the mountains, yeah, there's skiing and stuff.
Yeah, so it's in the very early stages at the moment.
I don't blame you. Vegas grew on me.
Every time I go out there, it's just like, I gotta go home already.
That's what happens.
It's my winter escape.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I get the hell out of Vegas when I go on vacation.
Yeah, it's better than going to Florida through the winter.
I love Florida. That'd be a great vacation spot.
I love it. I'm starting to make friends there. I'll probably go there a little bit more often.
Okay. Where in Florida? I used to live there.
I'm going to be taking my first trip to Disney World, so.
You're going to have so much fucking fun.
Oh, boy.
There you go. You'll probably
Yep.
stay over on International Drive, head over to Disney World unless you're staying at the park. Are you going to do Epcot too?
I'm going to do Epcot. I'm going to do Universal. I want to go see the Star Wars thing.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna kidnap my producer Al and take him to every strip club in Florida.
I think there's a good one called Rachel's over there, but I'm not sure because this was years ago when I lived there.
I'll look up Miss Whitney Morgan and take her to a couple Taco Bells and catch up.
But if you want more for your money, you head over to Tampa.
Okay. Amazon stop. Well, Rebecca, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking my virginity all those years ago. I want to thank you for being one of my oldest and dearest friends in the industry, being one of my mentors.
I'm not a mentor.
When Whenever I've asked, I need advice on the industry, you've always given it to me, and I thank you for all the love and support over the years. And without your help and friendship, I would not have this microphone in my hand today. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Well, thank you, Adam. You are super sweet, and I'm so glad that I met you many, many years ago. And whatever advice that you're using from me, it's something that I've been through myself. So I'm glad that you're doing something that you absolutely love.
And I'm also happy that your eyes are getting better because I was all willing to come out to Vegas to teach you how to read Braille in the whole 9 yards.
Well, at least I had a backup plan. You were my plan B.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, let me freshen up on my Braille just in case I need to come out there. Where can my audience find you online?
We're going to make it super easy. You go to RebeccaLove.com and it has all my shit.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You have a great night.
All right. Thank you, Blind Adam.
All right. Take care, Rebecca. We'll talk soon.
What
honey.
did I just roll up on? I'm hearing about super spreaders. I'm hearing about virginity taking Plan B. What in the heck,
Lucas Tashina, the dark
Miss
horse of
Rebecca?
speculation. How you doing?
All right, Miss
Hi,
Rebecca. It was
Lucas.
hey, Miss Rebecca. It was nice to meet you. I'm Lucas Pacina. I'm just another knockhead over here with Comic Crusaders. I don't know what I just rolled up on, but it sounds kind of interesting.
Sounds kind
Just
of
rolled up.
dirty, right? Who the hell
I
wants
don't
to be
know. You're
in
talking
that?
about super spreaders, and then I was like, okay, wait. You're talking about Disney now. I'm talking about, y'all got me all
Hey,
twisted
did
up.
you get my stocks on the ass sputter yet, Lucas?
The what?
Yeah, did you find out how many points the stock for ass butter went up yet?
The stocks for Ass Spider. I have no idea
Ass
what to talk.
butter.
Oh,
Ass.
ass butter.
Ass butter. No, y'all still got me on that one. I don't. Y'all talking about ass butter and cream and all that. Y'all on a different level. Um, but I do want to ask. Since y'all are talking about Florida and Disney World and everything, because the news just came out about week and a half ago. The D23 Expo, which is supposed to go down at the Anaheim Convention Center. Um, in year 2022. I don't know if you really do go to that much Disney stuff. Are you going to go to that at all, Rebecca, or do you even
What's
know
a
what that is?
D23?
So D23 is so Disney World. Every once in a while, they have this thing where they like to say, "Hey, this is what we're coming out with as far as rides and parks, and then comics and movies and everything." It's like their big thing. It is like their co- Comic Con, right?
Oh, no, I
Their
never
big
even
Comic
heard
Con.
of it.
Yeah. So like the big time collectibles that will ever come out at the D23. The last one that they did, which was what 2019. Um, a few people got two comics, right? One was the D23 Marvel Comics 1000. And that was the first appearance of Mickey Mouse inside of a Marvel comic. So that is currently going for what 2 to 3 thousand. Then there was a
Damn.
black and white version of that particular one. Nobody knows particularly how they got it, but that one's $10,000. So imagine a comic going up $10,000 in only 2 years.
That's
That's what I,
crazy.
yeah. And then there's all types of collectible Funko Pops and pins and all that stuff. They go for like $300 to $400.
I
So
take it you're a fan.
I'm a fan of making money off of very little work. Is what I'm a fan of.
Oh, aren't we all? Oh my God. Sign me up
Mr.
for that
Fry?
stock. Is there
Mr.
stock?
Fry?
Because I'm going to take that stock.
Yeah. um, but yeah, so I mean, if you are planning to do anything Disney, definitely check that out. I think the last I heard is that the tickets are supposed to come out on or go live January of 2022, and I forget what the actual dates are. But that's like the event to keep an eye out on. Um,
Okay.
other than that what other weird Star Wars thing that what is it like a Star Wars hotel room where you pay like $4,000 up front?
Yeah, I heard.
It's like the
I
hotel
have no
experience.
clue what that is.
I have no idea. I'm more of horror movies. So if it's a
Oh, I
horror
love horror
show,
movies.
I'll go to a horror show. I like stuff
Mm,
like that.
okay.
What's
Well,
the comic book and sci-fi convention scene like out in Vegas?
I've never been. I've always wanted to go, and Jocelyn Stone's going to bring me to Dead Day of the Dead here in Vegas, and that's a horror thing. But I heard the sci-fi, the Star Trek one is amazing here. It's usually at the Hilton, and it is packed. I've never been though. I need to go.
Yeah, that
Okay.
normally is like the week after San Diego Comic Con. I've never had the pleasure of going to that one yet.
I heard San Diego is crazy packed for
It's
Comic Con.
it's a zoo.
That's going to be a super spreader event if I ever heard of one.
Yeah. Oh, I can
It's the
imagine.
king of
Yeah,
the
I'm not
super
new.
spreaders.
But what I will tell any of the listeners, I wasn't able to link up and see if there's any of the listeners out there. The one big stock that everybody's going to want to be watching out for is that Regeneron stock, right? That one is the one that shot up today. There's Regeneron, which is REGENEROWN. If you got the money for it, it's like a $660 stock. Should shoot up to 700 to 750 pretty soon. The
600
other one
a
is
if you
yes.
got the money.
You might have to burn through some of that margin money, right?
Woo!
Um,
Give me a penny stock, baby, first.
oh well, I don't.
Let me come in slow.
Well, the cheap one is the Eli Lilly. That's the ELILLY. That's the other one, and those are the ones that are going to be selling that medicine that has been approved by the FDA in May of 2021, which was pretty recently, as a treatment for COVID-19. So all of a sudden, everybody's all on Twitter about it. They're like, "Well, I don't
Oh,
want the vaccine. I want the Regeneron medication." So that's what they're going for. It's like an antibody where they shoot actual antibodies because AI is what it's supposed to be is I'm sick. Yes, your body's fighting. I don't have enough antibodies because you're being overloaded, so they shoot more antibodies directly into your body and everything. It's supposed to be for cancer patients. Well, now it's approved for COVID-19, and now whereas that particular medicine was like what 10 to maybe 50 cents pop, now it's going to go up to $120 per shot. Of
Oh
course, that's going to
wow!
damn.
be that's going to be more of a financial windfall for those two companies because especially I think the federal government has approved for purchase like 120 million, if not more, new stockpiles. So it's going to be crazy for a little while. Um,
Wow.
man, let's see. I don't remember any freaking pennies that are
Oh,
going
it's
for.
okay. The last stock I bought was AMC when it was 16, and I think it's up to
Yeah,
yeah.
last time I was tracking it was like at 32, but that was like months ago.
Yeah,
It's
that
at
was at least
Yeah,
3
46.
months ago.
it's at 46. Okay, that's not bad because
Yeah,
it
it's
did
not
drop
bad.
down. It did drop down there for a little while. It was hurting. It
Mhm.
never really got to that 200 that everybody was expecting, and that's fine. GameStop is
Oh,
getting back down
Yeah, I just
to
saw it. It's at 200 right now.
yeah.
GameStop is at
Um,
200.
Mhm.
mhm. The one that everybody's definitely trying to keep an eye on is Disney, right? I think I think it's next month is when they're supposed to do another earnings call. And what we're really expecting out of Disney is that we need some clarification on what's happening with the Shang-Chi situation, what's happening with the Black Widow situation, because they were supposed to go to arbitration. And as a Disney holder, they better tell me about my money. When are they going to restart paying dividends? That's the real because once they start saying yeah, once they start saying, "Hey, we're going to start paying dividends again," then the stock will definitely go up. Or they're going to say, "Well, it was too much of a loss. We're going to have to cut our losses on certain things," and then no, the stock will go down. So make your money how you will. Make your bets right now and early,
It's
folks.
what it is. It's gambling, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
So as everything is slowly but weirdly returning back to normal in the midst of the fourth, fifth wave, do you have any stock tips for us that you think we should be keeping an eye on?
I don't keep up with the stock market. Like A lot of people just tell me like, when the whole GameStop and AMC thing was going down, I kind of jumped on board the AMC and I just forgot to take my money back out. And then I
Yeah.
I looked at it today because you reminded me and I went, "Oh, it's 46."
It's tough, right?
I
And
forget
then
about it. Like I should be a swing you know. What isn't it called swing when you like leave it in for a few months and then you pop it out?
yeah, somewhat, right? But it all depends on what your initial strategy was. Like,
You
you
know what?
know,
I don't. I was just trying to gamble and make what's that thing you just said? How to make money the easy way or whatever earlier? That's all I was
uh,
trying to do, and I can tell you it's not really that easy.
oh yeah. Let's see. In fact, let's see. The other way that people were trying to make a little bit of easy money was Bitcoin. The thing is, with Bitcoin right now, there's so many there's so many things that's going on with federal regulations. They're trying to tax it. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. Bitcoin, when we first started doing our get drunk and talk about Wall Street stuff, it was like around 32,000. Now it's back up to 47,000. Dogecoin, which was at 12 cents, is now up to 24 cents.
Oh.
XOP, I think, was at 67. Now it's at $1.12. So it's actually doing pretty good. It's starting to heal just a little bit. Um, and then everybody's keeping an eye on Chinese regulations because they're hitting everybody. They're going after game players, NFTs. They're going crazy. I don't know what's
Mm.
got them in such a kerfuffle, but uh, that's where we're at. Let's see, S&P
Yeah, the
500.
only thing I do is I do acorns. I use
Oh, okay.
acorns. So I don't
That's
I
where
just
you.
it just rounds up and it stores stuff away and then they invest in the stocks and you can pick like if it's moderate or aggressive or however you want to invest in your retirement because you don't have to do everything myself. So that's the easiest for me.
I'm too lazy to do even that. So kudos on you for even using
Well,
that
I just
that
set it and
strategy.
forget it, right? I just set it and forget
Right,
it. So I make sure it
right.
takes out a certain amount every week and then it rounds up and I have mine set for aggressive. If I have a down fall, I turn it down to the light version.
Yeah. And then don't forget to check out the whatever stocks offers dividends, like your Coca Colas, your J&Js, your check those out because yeah, they can be expensive, but they're expensive because they're supposed to offer dividends, and they haven't really wavered off that. Let's see. Where's my share screen at? Here
Excuse
we
me,
go.
Rebecca.
Go ahead, Adam.
I had a platform question for you. Uh, for as far as payouts, what is a good strategy for you know like if you're only using OnlyFans or if you're only using mini vids? Is there a way to like say diversify to up it up?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I use all platform. Well, I use the ones that I like. I don't use many vids. I put my eggs in all different baskets, but the best one out there is OnlyFans because it's 80/20 cut.
All right.
Yeah, they're the best. But the best affiliate programs are the campsites like
Okay.
StreamMate.
No.
Okay. Cool.
So, Fresh News 247 says, "What's the best comics?" Yes, Fresh News. I will get into that in a bit. We're just hanging out with Rebecca, real quick. Let's see, where
He's
was I?
educating me on stocks, people.
So this is how I did today. Let's actually go back a week. Ooh, rough. So everything in the red is having a bad week. Everything that's in the green is actually having a pretty good week. So your Microsoft or oil and gas is doing
Amazon,
real
stop.
well. So like Exxon, Mobil and Corporation and Chevron Corporation, those usually do well because of dividends. I forget how much dividends they pay. Looks like Nvidia is not only a good stock because of the tech, but because of even if you just buy the chips, like Go to your local Best Buy and buy the chips. It is a hot thing to buy right now because people just cannot get enough of these. They can't get. They're trying to upgrade their computers and they haven't. So that's the one where you can actually buy a product and it goes up in price, and you can actually buy the stock and it'll get you something as well. And that goes for the Intel Corporation. AMD surprisingly is not doing too well. It might be a little expensive. ADI. Over in this sector, Starbucks, Chipotle is doing well, bad, surprisingly. Well, actually, not that surprisingly. I'm wondering why this the restaurants are doing bad, except for McDonald's, which are always money. Nike. So here's where it gets crazy. Okay, so that Eli Lilly that I was telling you about earlier, there it is right there. So for some reason, it's not doing too well. It's not doing too hot, which is
Well, give it a
crazy.
minute. I mean, it's just in a day or last week, you mean?
Yes, ma'am. So within the
Yeah.
last week, for some reason, it's actually gone down about 8%, which is weird because once again, the announcement has already come out that the U.S. government is going to start paying for more of this medicine so that they can have the stockpile because the hospitals were getting these patients in and they
Mhm.
needed to treat them somehow, so they were just giving it out nilly willy. The states were saying, okay, just do what you got, but now they're actually going to start slowing down on everybody that can give them. You got to get special authorizations to give it out and everything. So it's weird that they're doing that for Eli Lilly. Maybe it's the Regeneron that people are going for. So J&J is not doing too hot. Pfizer's not doing too hot. It's weird. And of course you got your healthcare. So Visa. Wow, man, it's a mess. What if I missed over the last week? Huh. Well, it looks like if anything that a lot of stuff looks like it's a lot of stuff that's out there ready to buy, in my opinion. Once again, if you got the money, if you stayed liquid or not. So also that's the one big strategy that I've been telling people for like the last year. Like, don't feel any pressure to buy. At least just get liquid, right? That means like get enough money up there, get enough money into your brokerage account, and like so for instance, if you have $1,000, or actually you want like around $2,500 or something like that in your brokerage account, that technically counts as $5,000, right? So that's $5,000 in purchasing power. What you really want to do is get like around $10,000, because when you get $10,000 and you buy a particular a particular stock, now you have enough of a stock that you can actually rent that out. You don't have to worry about dividends or anything. You just rent that stock out. There are companies out there, they rent your stock and they give you money every month for renting your stock. And that's how, and just sit on that. If once again, if you have enough money, some of them are want you to have like 25,000 there, and that's okay. Just get the money in there. Make sure you stay liquid. So like when there's huge discounts like there was in like March of 2021 or September 2008, you got enough money in there. Fresh News 247 says, how much stock do you have? I only have zero point 0.7 in WWE. Does that mean 7 cents in WWE? I'm not sure what
That's
that
seven
means.
shares. I don't know.
Yeah, it says 0.7 in WWE. I'm pretty sure WWE is worth more than 7. Oh, seventh of a share. Oh, so he must be using Robinhood, which I believe
Yeah,
you can do
or
like
sliced.
Rebecca's doing, where you don't necessarily have to buy a full share. You can buy like a seventh or an eighth or something like that. The only thing is you don't really get the dividend money until you get like a full share or something like that. Um, but yeah, it's once again, it's not about like how much stock do you have. It's about how much purchasing power, which is what you really want to do. You want to get that purchasing power up as much as you can, and depending on what your retirement needs are, or what your company needs are. You know, it's too right now. Some of the stuff is too cheap right now to not we can at least get liquid enough so when something hits or it gets cheap, you can just jump right in there.
Okay.
Let's see. think that's good. So Rebecca, we're getting ready to talk some boring comics. Are you going to hang out with us, or is it your bedtime?
Well, no, I have to be somewhere at 7:30. So
Okay,
All
it must
right.
be
Well,
California,
Rebecca,
Arizona.
I'm in Vegas.
Ah,
Hmm.
man, you lucky people or unlucky, depending on exactly what parts of Vegas you're at.
I'm in the burbs, so I mean, it's
Oh, so
not so
you're not
bad.
you're more like Reno or like the Outer Valley or some crazy like that.
Reno's like 9 hours away. Then, but yeah, I'm just like 15 minutes from the strip. It's not so bad.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Rebecca, it was a pleasure having you. It was very nice to meet you. Thanks for hanging out with us for just
Well,
a little
thank
while.
you.
You said that you liked horror. I don't know. Do you do a horror podcast or anything like that? Because I would love to hear your takes on some of this new horror stuff that's coming out.
Well, I mean, I do a podcast called Deadlings with my Twitch Scream team, and we talk about movies that we've watched on Shutter and Netflix and stuff.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to have to listen in for that because I've been
All
trying to
right. Cool.
get some comic crusaders to talk about horror, but no, they're old people and they get scared, they pee their pants. So it is
I
what it
love
is.
horror. I love it.
yeah, she was in one of the greatest horror movies of all time, Girls, Guns, and Blood.
That wasn't a horror movie. That was just a girls, guns, and blood.
Oh, I know.
But there was no horror. You're laughing your ass off in that movie.
Uh,
It's
uh,
all hard to me.
and I was, may have been, cheering the character that Chloe played a little bit too, but that's just me.
Aw, you fancy her.
I have a crush on Chloe, so
That's cool. She actually didn't she do a horror thing called COVID zombie or zombie COVID or something
I
like that?
think so.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, and she was also played a great version of Harley Quinn in Axel Braun's Suicide Squad Triple X.
Oh, I could see that. I could see her as Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Yeah. I do like her in comics. I mean, I loved Birds of Prey, so
cool. All right, Rebecca. Once again, thank you very much for being a guest on the show.
all
And thank
right.
you for everything. You have a great night.
You too. Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
Thank
Lucas.
you,
Thank you,
Rebecca.
Blind Adam. Mwah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yep.
All right. So once again, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for hanging out with us. For those listeners, thank you for hanging out with us. Um, I am waiting for us to get to at least 25 listeners. Once we get to 25 listeners, we will spin that wheel. And all depending
You
on
mean
how many
we're gonna
listeners we
borrow
get.
the Drunken Chat Sun Muffin Wheel?
Yes, but we got to have enough listeners to make it worth my while. I've got a few unlockables here. I've got the Power Rangers unlockables that I need to give away. Once again, depending on how many listeners we get. If we don't get enough, I'm not giving away shit. I've got
Fair
the
enough. Fair enough.
power. Actually, that's not a unlockable. This one is. There's the mall unlockable that I have around here somewhere. Oh, actually, this is the mall unlockable. This bad boy right here, and I'll get into what's going on with that in a little bit. And let's see, I've also got the. Oh, yep, I'm definitely giving away this bad boy. I'm giving away this bad boy. This is the Eve #1 unlockable. That's a one per store that's out there, and the Oblivion song, depending on how many numbers we get. So if you got your friends and they're just hanging out and they're not doing anything right now, within the next half an hour to an hour, just go ahead and freaking hit them up. And say, hey man, they're giving away some stuff tonight. Once again, depending on our numbers. So, are you ready to get into what's been going on this week? As we've already talked about stocks, I just want to get into some of the books real quick. So let's get into that. Let's
Well,
see.
let's do it, man.
All right. All right. So, Overwatch Tracer, the Coke edition, right? I actually went to my local comic book shop today, and they didn't have this. They had never heard of it. They didn't know what was going on with it. Um, but there's Overwatch. So Overwatch is a video game that's out on PlayStation, and I believe maybe they might have one for Xbox. I'm not totally sure about that, but apparently they came out with a comic book. And there's not only just a cover A or cover B, but there's a two pack that's out there. That two
Oh
pack
wow.
is something like $7.99, $8.99, and I think Midtown actually had it for $14.99. Well, now it is running for $20 or 19.99 out there. And of course, I fully expect it to freaking drop down in price as more people get their copies because when I actually did this, it was just pre 1 o'clock. Turns out comic book shops don't open till 1 o'clock. Who knew? They don't like my money, so screw them. But that's where I was as far as at 1 o'clock. This was a $19 book, so look to this, check this one out. The other one that I have out here is Batman 89 number 2, cover B, the variant, the Mitch
Which
Gerard's
one is the cover
cardstock.
B?
It's a weird one, right? So you know how there's that one particular comic where you had Spider-Man and he was upside down.
Hmm.
Well, in this one, Batman is upside down. It's weird. I've never thought about that, like why you don't see Batman upside down a little bit more, but here he is, and that one has sold out in a few joints. It is available in Lunar, so if the retailers really wanted this, they could go back into Lunar and order it again. But that's where we're at right now. Let's see. Then let's go to Iron Man. This is the one that I've been telling people about for the last
Yeah,
two
yeah,
months. It
yeah.
looks too good. The Iron Man number 12, the
The Miles
Raza,
Morales.
yes sir, the Miles Morales, him at the turntable. This was a 3.99 book, right?
What did that go? What's it up to now?
It is up to $4.59, right? Which is great, right? Because not just three times, not four times, but almost five times what your initial investment was, right? And that's pretty darn good, especially when I look at the secondhand sales, right? Secondhand sales, even prior to 1 o'clock, $5,000 or almost $6,000 in sales, which means it didn't. Wasn't just like one or two out there. This was $6,000 in sales as people try to grab these copies. So I don't know. Once again, this is one of those. I don't know what's going to happen once people start getting their copies. Is it going to stay hot, or is it just going to
Do you
kind
see
of
this
even
hitting
out?
that motherfucking undercutter wave?
So I could definitely see this taking off, right? Only because nobody really has been reading Iron Man, right?
True that. True that.
Who's reading Iron Man? Nobody's reading Iron Man. I
I
could
stopped
definitely
reading
see
Iron Man
stores.
back when Bendis stopped writing.
Yep. So stores would definitely be pulling back in their orders. When I went to my local comic book shop, they had no copies inside the store. Right. Whatever copies they did have um, were were peated out for the subscribers. They had one or two damages already, and I could definitely see that because it's got a black edge cover to it. So there's
Yay.
definitely going to be some damages. The typeset of the cover was definitely kind of weak, kind of flimsy. So this could be an interesting one. Da, da, da. And then once again, $5,600 in freaking sales for a 3.99 book. Now that is not $15 book. Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. Let's see. Let's go to King the Conqueror. King the Conqueror number 2. There's actually two variants of this one. The one that I honed in on was the cover A, which is the Pacheco variant. This one has been doing kind of interesting. It has not taken off in price yet, but this is another one that was kind of low in supply at my local comic book store. It was low in supply at my local comic book store, sold out at Midtown Comics, and then when you go into the back end of Diamond, sold out. Retailers will
Oh
not be able to
wow.
reorder this one. And then for the cover A, there is a cover A for this one as well. That one is going to be sold out as that one is sold out as well. So if you see it, I'm not exactly sure if there's anything necessarily happening with this book or inside this book that warrants it, but definitely check it out at least and make a decision on whether you want this book or not. And then this is the one that once again I really want to give out. Once again, if we ever make it to 25, it doesn't look like we'll get to that yet, and I'll take some blame with that because I forgot to put it out on my social media that we're going live tonight. Maul, the number one unlockable. Here's the deal with this one. This is a one per store. You only Each store can only order one of these at $3.99, and they had to order another freaking cover. This book right now, or excuse me, as of 1 o'clock, was $23. That was the average sale
Wow.
price for this book. That's pretty damn good for a book that's $3.99. So that's what, five, six, seven. That's almost an 8 time over what the retailers pay for this, or what you're going to pay for it at $23. And once
Nice.
again, I have not read it yet. I do plan on reading it this week to check it out what's going on with it. But this is a really good looking cover. You got the dude, and he's surrounded by looks like those devil snake fish from out the Potomac River. Um, and it's just a good cover. Rarity is there. We just need to keep an eye on this one. Let's see, comments. Let's see. Let's look at the comments. Uh, David Howard has a comment. He says he made $100 off of that Aquaman variant that we were talking about
Oh,
couple
the
weeks ago.
1980s one, nice.
Wow, wow, that's freaking awesome. That's where we are. That's what
Awesome
we got to do.
sauce. Big pimpin'.
See, that's why we do this, right?
Yep.
Um, I, hey, can't get that any better than that. You can roll down to your local comic book store and you pay for your gas and your
Yeah, actually,
lunch.
we may have popped David's speculations legitimate.
Hmm. Got to, right? Got
Yep.
to. You got to freaking. I mean, look, and I will admit there are some that we miss, right? Because in between, once again, the last time I did the numbers was I did it at 1 o'clock, and then in between 1 o'clock and then I take a nap. I take my dad nap. I'm tired. I'm old. I really should be checking out the numbers for prior to, right before I go on the show, but I'm old. I'm tired. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get
no,
through
actually,
this.
Wednesday's the one day of the week I do not take my 6 p.m. nap. So
So right next up, I've got Reddit Room. That's that freaking really. I don't know, Adam, if you've had a chance to check out Red Room yet. It is an interesting story
it is a.
about.
I want the porn rights to this. This is the one
Mhm.
comic I want to make a porn parody of in the worst way because I think it works.
Look, it doesn't really need it, but it's got its points going for it, right? Um,
Yeah,
it is about that black internet freaking underground, uh, you know, the dudes killing people for the money. That's what it really is about. And then you got this anti-hero who all of a sudden gets into this underground world and everything. That's what this Red Room was about. It is amazingly at Red Room number 4. There's a currency incentive, which was a 1 to 15 of this one, and it's a homage to Spawn number 1. And once again, it was a 1 to 15, right? So in order for retailers to get it, they had to spend at least, I wouldn't say at the minimum, maybe like $30, right?
yep,
This one has shot up to $38.76, right? This is an indie, right? I forgot
yeah.
the name. Yeah, I forget the name of the company about that did it, but yeah, once again, this
Is
is an
that
indie.
aftershock?
It's a great story. I don't think so. I'm trying to think if I have it. Nah, I don't. I don't have it close to me. Um, but look, it's got all those. Oh, in fact, I think on the cover right there, Fantagraphics. That's who did it.
Okay.
Fantagraphics. Um, Duh for me for not looking straight at the cover. Fantagraphics did it. It's Ed Pisker, freaking joint. In fact, thanks to Ed Pisker because one day he did do an interview with our CEO,
The main
Almega,
man,
great guy.
Omega.
Dude was freaking drawing panels as they were freaking talking, which was freaking awesome. But yeah, this one is definitely one to keep an eye on. I dare you, I dare you to you just roll into your local comic book shop and just find this on the shelves and not pick it up. I dare y'all. Because guess what? This is one of
See,
those joints that's not going to be easy to find.
I have a feeling with even with 3 midtown brick and mortar shops, I'm not gonna find it.
hmm Look, my local comic book shop, they didn't order any Red Room number fours. They didn't order any. So, as far as local comic book shops, they're going to order Red Rooms and the incentives because there was actually a 1 to 5 and a 1 to 10 as well. And this one was the 1 to 15, and it's doing really well already. All right, now I'm going to go into stuff that is going to get released this week that people should keep an eye out for. Avengers number 47, second print, and once again, I don't even like second prints. Second print.
You hate, wait,
I,
wait, hold this thought for a second.
mm-hmm,
You're actually gonna talk about a motherfucking second print?
mm-hmm.
For as long as I've known you, you have shit upon and shit upon.
Yep.
And you but cocky the second, the third, the eighth, the 200th prints. What's up with this, sir?
It's because the art for this one is a little bit more. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more clarifying on what the heck is going on. Those are the ones that I don't have a problem with. I do have a problem of is when it's the same exact cover and there's just a little bit of a color difference. Those are the ones I freaking hate. Once again, I don't remember what Avengers number 47 exactly looked like. Maybe there was, I think there was maybe three open court orders for that one, and one of them may have looked a little bit like this one. But this one's is okay. The problem is that nobody cares about this particular cover. This is a red She-Hulk thing going on, and nobody cares right
So
now.
it wasn't
Nobody
that was
cares. Nobody cares. Nobody
that
cares.
World War She-Hulk story
Yeah,
or whatever the
eh,
fuck?
yeah. You can find this one for three
I've
ninety
heard
nine.
the
You can find
demos.
this in back orders already. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that one. But this one is already the numbers on this in the diamond, or excuse me, in the Marvel system, or excuse me, the diamond system is starting to waver a little bit. So definitely keep an eye out for this one. I wouldn't say it's not stocked. This one is once when this is Daddy's favorite. This is my favorite. Barbarella number 3. I would love for them to redo a movie on this one. Um, but there's a lot of great ones. There's a Selena variant, a Mina variant, and a Musabakov variant. I wish I could actually pronounce those. Those are actually sold out already. Not retailers not going to be able to go get those anymore. But they just look really good. Now, dynamite stuff. Here's where it gets a little interesting, right? The dynamite stuff. Once again,
Okay.
I keep asking myself, who is buying this dynamite stuff? Turns out there's still a lot of people buying the dynamite stuff. They just may not be leaving it on the shelves because of small children. But Dynamite Lives number 3, that Lucia Perillo. It's got a limited version. This is one that is not necessarily incentive. It's just hey, you pay your $50 outright and you get the book sold out already. Right. This
Oh
is
wow.
is an open order book that people pay $50 for, and it's sold out. Okay.
Wow.
This one has got a zombie Vampirella getting ready to kiss, and she's got Red Sonja in her embrace right now.
Awesome
It is
sauce. Yeah.
amazing. It's enticing. I love it. Love it. Love it. Unfortunately, I did not get
This will be
one.
on the shelves when I have my brick and mortar shop because that's just what I
yeah,
have.
yeah. I don't know if it'll be on the shelves, but no. Good luck in hunting
You
this
know
one
what?
down.
Then again, I'm going to be the only comic book shop in the world where I have to check IDs before you can even walk in the door. But that's me.
oh, it's one of those stores. Okay.
Yeah, man. You'll be a bouncer. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh man, you look, if you're getting bounced out of freaking comic book shops, you need to reevaluate your you need to reevaluate your life, man. Um, he who fights with the monsters #1, right? There's several covers for this one, but the one that I found the most to be the most enticing uh, was the glow and the dark cover. Um, this one is not going to be easy to get. Right, it's already sold out in the retail on the back end on the
Is
Diamond
that a
back
bad
end.
idea, book?
No, it is a Blaze.
Okay.
A Blaze has got this one. As a glow in the dark, it is a 1 to 40. So technically, your retailers had to pay $80 up front and get 40 books in order to get this book. So I do not think, unless you specially order this book, I don't think a lot of retailers are going to get this one. King Spawn #2. This one's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what exactly is going on with this one. This is another one that we pointed out maybe like a month and a half ago. I don't know what was going on with this book. I tried looking at the solicit to see if there's anything interesting. There wasn't. There wasn't much to it. But this one is already sold out. Once again, this is an open order book that's already sold out um, in the back end. So King Spawn #2, cover B, McFarlane. And then there's a cover C by Fernandez that's already sold out as well. So this one's going to be interesting. If you see that one, definitely check it out. Or right before you go to your local comic book shop, definitely check out and see what's going on with that one. And definitely think about buying this one. This one's got King Spawn. He's kind of bleeding over the Capitol building. This one was my favorite.
Oh
This
wow.
one is one that I definitely say, hey, everybody should definitely check this one out. I would love to have this one as a poster. I think
Yeah,
this
make it,
one's good.
I like that as a T-shirt.
Yes, sir. The one that's already sold out in several venues already is the Morales Spider-Man second print variant. Um, this one, once again, I do not
Is this the one
advocate.
that Ultra's been talking about for the last 2 weeks?
I don't think so. Well, so there is the original one, right? The Miles Morales number. Let's
29,
see.
right?
This is number 29. That one was the. I think it's the same exact cover, same exact stuff. It's just that the background's a little bit different. That's all this is. So of course, a lot of people are going to be jumping all over this. No, gotta have the second print, gotta have the whatever. So let them have what they want. But this one, once again, is the numbers are starting to get a little shady with this one.
That's like a reason foot.
Yeah. This one is not sold out anywhere except for on the back end, and that's only because it's an incentive. Radiant Black #8. It is just an awesome one. It's got the main character and that kind of ninja pose on his knees. Um, it's a 1 to 25, so it's going to be kind of expensive. I haven't seen any LCSs really load up on Radiant Black so far. So you just got to keep this one in mind. Once again, I would not go on the internet and start grabbing this one. But if you are at your LCS and you do see this one just hanging out, yeah, go ahead and grab that one. Vengeance of Vampirilla number. Excuse me, the number's a little jacked up. 21 by Ben Oliver. Once again, Ben Oliver has done it again. This is another $50 book, right? That's on the back end.
So that's one of those dynamites that you just paid your $50 straight up.
Yes, sir. Sold out. Sold out. So, once again, if your local comic book shop was able to get a hold of this one, grab that one. DC. This one's there's several ones that were sold out this week already. But this is the one that I just decided to only because Rose Besh, right? Rose Besh, she's got really good freaking color technique to her. Definitely some beautiful stuff going on with this one. Not sold out at many retailers yet, right? I don't think they know what's going on with this book, so nobody cares about this one yet. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, number 4, the cover B. It's got Supergirl on it, but it's got her in a type of anime freaking pose, lighting, coloring, freaking gorgeous. Never really. This is the first time I've seen Supergirl as an anime character. Definitely gorgeous. Love it. And all right, now, Adam, are you ready to go do some FOC? This one,
Um, let's see.
or did you want to do something else first? Let's
Actually,
go
before
to.
we get the FSC, can we do the hidden gem previews that I sent you?
Yes, sir. Let's see. Al said he actually loaded some of these pictures up.
Yeah, which I apologize for the
Okay. Yep.
duplication. I did not know who was going to be in the chair tonight. So
Yep. So let me move my screen. All right. So the first one that I'm looking at is Amazing Spider-Man number 509.
this is the first appearance of Sarah and Gabriel Stacy,
Mm.
and the reason why this book is relevant again is because of anyone who read Amazing Spider-Man 73, she is Kindred. I can't believe Nick Spencer had the balls to reference Sins Past, which is the second most hated Spider-Man story in history, right after One More Day. Uh, this is the story where Norman Osborn and Gwen Stacy in Europe had some babies recognized, and Norman was giving Gwen the goblin love, and then they had 2 kids, which you know want to kick Spider-Man's ass because he told them a bunch of lies and he killed their mommy. And because all the Osborne kids have daddy issues and mommy issues, you know, we found out that Mary Jane Watson knew all along, and this book is selling now. You know,
Yeah, on MPP, we actually reviewed that last Amazing Spider-Man Sinister War, and I was so pissed at Bud. I was like, man, what the heck is this? What's going on, man? I don't understand it. I don't understand the direction. Looks like they're kind of really bored over there at Marvel right now.
I also think it was rushed because when I think Nick Spencer announced that he was leaving for Substack, they may have made him cut the story a little short too.
Mm. It's something they should never picked up on. Seriously, it's not doing too well. It's because here's the real problem that they have with this whole Sinister War is number one, they actually had 2 other really great Amazing Spider-Man storylines that they were picking up as they were doing this whole Kindred thing. Number one was the whole Mordred Moreland thing, which is the vampire of the vampire
Yep.
totems, right? They had him going, right? Then all of a sudden they just cut that off, right? Then they had the whole Spider family. They had them all together. They had Madam Web. They had freaking Silk. They had Spider Gwen, Miles Morales. They had them all in the same room together, fighting and kicking and fighting. That was 2. And then number 3, they actually had the one where the Kingpin has the tablet of life and death. They've got that.
Oh yeah, that
Haven't
was a great story.
yeah, haven't heard about that in a while. So this whole thing about Kindred and the kids and all this and the Sinister Wars and the Sinister 16 and 20, I don't care. I really don't care why they did that. If they want to do something interesting with the kids, okay, let's do it. But they should have did that after they concluded all the rest of the stuff. Spider-Man, Peter Parker's got too much stuff going on. Um, and then in the meantime, you got the whole thing with Mary Jane out there working with Mysterio, his worst enemy, and they just cut that off and haven't addressed any of that. So the whole running of Spider-Man, it's just not sitting well with me right now. They look, you're giving him black man problems, but you freaking need to dwell on that for a little bit, just for a little bit. Don't just bring stuff up like a nasty ex girlfriend.
Yeah,
No, everything they can just
it's just the whole Spider-Man franchise seems very rushed right now,
yeah.
and There's a lot of it I liked, and there's a lot of it that made me say, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Yeah. All right. So next we have Josie. Is it Josie and the Pussycats? Number one.
Yeah. Let's see. I know I brought this up jokingly, but the other reason when anyone listened to the Rebecca Love interview, but the other reason I brought this up that for anyone who watched Riverdale last week, we had an amazing backdoor pilot for a Josie and the Pussycat show, and
How
I
come you
will.
don't do? How come you don't do a WB podcast, man, where you just talk about WB stuff?
Because I have no clue.
You just don't you don't even need to do it live. Just do a recorded joint freaking because I man, it's been a while since I've been watching Archie and I stopped only because I have no idea what's
You know what
going
it is?
on.
Because I don't watch everything on the CW anymore. I watch Riverdale, I watch Stargirl, and I watch Superman and Lois, and that's about it now.
Hey, that's enough.
I've given up on the. I'm
That's
giving.
enough.
I kind of given up on the Flash. I watched 2 episodes of Supergirl recently just to because I wanted to fall asleep, and I was like, maybe this will help me. And I was like, I thought this was supposed to be a superhero show, not Fox News. What the fuck?
All right, so that's
Um,
an idea that we'll put in the little bag for later. 10 to
yeah,
15
it
minute
just
podcast with
that's
Archie.
probably the reason why I don't do a straight up. And then of course I'm hoping that the Powerpuff Girls never sees the light of day.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. They just uh it, don't even get me started on that because it's not even just the storyline and all that. It's the costumes and the look, man. They
Oh
done
yeah,
jacked
they're
it
gonna
all up.
fuck that up beyond repair.
Yeah. Uh, I'm looking at is this what you wanted up? I don't think so. Ghost in a teen bikini. That looks like something
No,
else.
no, don't worry about that. That was already covered.
Uh, yeah. Debbie does Dallas. I don't
Yeah,
think
don't
you
worry
wanted
about
that.
those. That was already done.
Yeah, I think that's the only two
Yeah, I
that
think
he
that was
really
it. That
had in
was
there.
hidden gems, and I will have a full list on Saturday morning on Drunken Chat.
Yep. All right.
So now let's bring the FOC in the place to be, sirs.
All right. Let's do FOC. Let me get through this. All right. How do you feel about My Little Pony?
I love My Little Ponies.
Hmm. Well, my feeling is that there's going to be within the next month. There's going to be maybe one or two new characters. That's if they decide to do this one. Do it in this one particular storyline. So the one that I definitely have an eye on is My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic number 102. The cover A is absolutely gorgeous. It's by Price. I believe it's maybe like 4.99. It's either 4.99 or 5.99. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. And yes, there is a cover B by Justu Suta, which is okay. And then there's a 1 to 10 um, that's okay as well. But I think the one that people are definitely going to want to keep an eye out on is the cover A. It's I don't even know how to explain it, but you ever remember those like old '80s posters, Adam,
Yeah,
where you
yeah,
had the characters and they were all highlighted and everything. That's kind
yep.
of what it kind of reminds me of. Maybe like the never ending story posters
You know, I might
from way
actually
back in the
get
day.
a copy of that cover A and let that be my 4-year-old niece's first comic book
Oh yeah, it
because she's
definitely.
all about My Little Pony right now.
I think this is one. Yeah, I think people should start keeping an eye on My Little Pony, man, because something is definitely centering over there. It's just that I think people need more interest in it before they figure out what's really going on. And then Star Wars Adventures, Vader's Castle. Don't know exactly what's going on with this one. I forgot to put the solicit in here, but there is a cover A, the Frankvilla, that was normal, but the one that's kind of spooky. There's a spooky ass little freaking kid on the cover B by
Oh,
Charm.
oh
Just
wow!
just 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 spooky. Just the weird freaking bowl haircut, and his eyes are orange and shit. And then it says the Spectre of the Sith. So it looks like it's a new first appearance of a new character. Don't know what the heck is going on. But there's a 1 of 10 of this, which is fine. It's just a black and white of the cover A, and that's fine. But the one, once again, the one that freaking gets me is that cover B. That cover B is spooky as shit.
Okay. Yeah, and IDW does do 1 in 10s for almost all their books, so.
Right. But so here's a naughty little secret that you guys need to know. I get it. You guys went to 1 of 10s, you guys went to 1 of 20s, you got the 1 of 40s, 1 of 50s, right? So here's the deal. Whenever your store gets a 1 of 40 or 1 of 50, right? Um, and depending on how many they get to return, because they're going to want to return some for credit, they're going to return the cover A's, they're going to return the cover B's. I say again, they're going to return the cover A's
Cover
and the cover
A and
B's,
cover B.
and they're going to keep the incentives. I say again, they will return the cover A's or the cover, or depending on what Diamond or Lunar wants them to do, they will destroy it. So that means that technically, depending on what your LCS is up to, there might be more cover C's or incentives out there than there are cover A's and cover B's. A lot of
Yes.
them will just order cover A. I have a lot of customers, and what they'll do is they'll just order cover A. So you got the cover A's out there, and that's fine. And they keep the cover A's, but the cover B's sometimes, right? So a lot of people will just keep those cover B's, but or they will return the cover B's, right? Now a lot of people started catching on with, well, no, cover B's are a lot more rarer, right? So let's just send back the cover A's. Well, now they're catching on. A lot of people are starting to keep those cover A's because they know that the stores are returning those cover A's. So there's actually sometimes a lot less cover A's out there. So that's something I want you guys to keep an eye out on when it comes to thinking about what's rare and what have you. But I
And
will tell you
also, it may be smart for people do you have a local comic book store that you like? Become friendly with the people that run and own it. Especially to make really good relationships when it comes to getting extra cover A's or cover B's when they're about to do their returns.
yep, because friendship is caring.
Yeah.
Just like, um, okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has an ongoing series right now. It's up to number 122. It's like the beginning of a new series for them. The cover A is done by Nishijima. The cover B is actually going to be done by Eastman, and that's the one that I have on up right now. The cover A, that cover art is not out yet. Cover B by Eastman, that's what I got up. But the creme de la creme for that is going to be by Sarah Petra de Rocher. That's going to be a 1 of 10. See if I
Oh
can look that
wow.
up. It looks really good. It's got, I believe that's Donatello coming out of the sewers, and it's got the other three turtles on standby. It's just really good line work, really good colors, really good stuff. So,
I think I'm gonna get
let's see.
5. I may need to get order 5 of each to get that cover that 1 in 10.
No.
That is
Uh,
that is sweet.
Transformers King Gramlock number 3. This is one that I discussed maybe like a month ago. It's just a beautiful cover of Grimlock. In fact, I think Mel agreed with me that this one was like a really good Grimlock cover, and he doesn't even like Grimlock. Uh, this one, I think the
What
cover
did
A. Yep,
Ultra think of it?
he wasn't on there with us. He actually had to go early,
Alright, so the
so he
King
has
of
not seen it yet.
Transformers wasn't on this.
No. Um, yeah, what I'm talking about is the cover A by Brian Lee. Now, here's what's interesting. There is going to be a cover C by Maria Wolf, I think. according to the Diamond System, just supposed to be a cover saved by Maria Wolf. Now, the cover art that they have up there uh, doesn't look like her stuff. It looks like by Alex Milne, right? Which is fine. The problem is that I'm looking for Maria Wolf, so there may be some weird stuff going on with that. I would keep an eye out on that one. I'm not going to order it until I figure out what's exactly going on, but that's what it is right now. Maria Wolf, she's a new up. She's not an up and comer. She's a newcomer to the industry right now, but whatever the stuff that she has been putting out so far has been amazing. Um, Gunslinger Small number one. I'm looking at one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine different covers that's going on in FLC this week.
Okay.
There is a cover I 1 to 250 McFarlane, and it's going to be signed.
So
That
is it going to be the same deal as the King Spawn 1 and 250?
Yes, sir. Same exact deal. The prices is going to be ridiculous. But the one cover that I do have, it looks pretty good. It wants a cover H 1 to 50 Capullo sketch. So it's just cover A, just in the sketch form, and it looks amazing.
Oh, wow. And if anyone wants the first appearance, Gunslinger Spawn, it's Spawn 174 and 175.
hmm Amazing Spider-Man number 76. We were just talking about Amazing Spider-Man number 75 just a few minutes ago. Uh, on the cover, it's got Peter Parker in the hospital, so I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but we shall see. The cover aid is which I have up there. It's cut by Arthur Adams, and there's also a 1 to 25. Actually, that's not talking about that one yet. There's also a cover B by Jesco. He's been absolutely killing it on these covers so far. And then there's a 1 to 25 by Gleason. Let's see. Let me make sure I can bring this up. Here we go. It's okay. It's not one necessarily 1 to 25 material at all by any means. It only makes me wonder, like, is there anything actually going on in this book that makes them think that a 1 to 25 is warranted here? But who knows? Once again, Marvel is being distributed by a different company this week, or yeah, that particular week is now with Penguin Random House. So let's see if the numbers of people not buying this stuff is going to have any type of influence on how many incentives they can put out. Now here's creme de la creme. This is my
This is
favorite
the
cover.
big pimpin' book.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite cover this week. Avengers number 49. There's a cover A by Javi Garon, right? There's a Cabal Stormbreakers variant, but the one that I'm talking about that people should definitely keep an eye out for is there's another Joe Jusko Marvel Masterpieces variant, and it's got She-Hulk on the cover. And let me tell you, she's got that old '80s workout gear, and it looks
Oh, shit.
fantastic. The lines are super realistic. It definitely looks
Is
like he
that
got it.
Joe Jessica open order?
Yes, yes, it is. It looks like he definitely got like a real model to sit up there in studio to pose for him. It looks really, really good. Um, X Force number 24, cover A by Joshua Cassera. Then there's a Clark variant, and the one I have up front is by Jusco. Once again, um, it's okay, man. Freaking, it's nothing nothing to write home about. In fact, actually, this might be a cover A by Joshua Cassera. I forget who it is. So, but definitely nothing to write home about. Let's see what else we got. We got the yeah, that first one was Joshua Cassera. Then we got the Clark variant, and then this one is going to be their Joe Jesco Marvel masterpiece. White number 5. That's one that I've been telling people to keep an eye on by Black Mask. Once again, item limited to
The most
2,500
allocated
copies.
book in history of modern comics.
Yeah, freaking people are just not. I mean, look, uh,
I really think
LCSs
that
are just
I
not
really
getting
think
enough of
that bit them in
these.
the ass.
Yeah, you're look, LCSs they're just not getting enough of these. I only got allocated maybe like 2 or 3 this week. So definitely get your orders in for this one early. Don't mess around. Get them in and freaking get them wild. And then if you see these on the rack, I'm talking about white 3, white 2, white 3, number 4, definitely freaking pick those up. This is one that I've been talking about for a while. Gun Honey, right? We actually
Yeah,
had
yeah,
Gunny
yeah.
Honey. We actually had the writer for Gun Honey on freaking Drunken Chat. What, maybe
Oh, can I
two,
make
three
an
weeks ago?
announcement about next week, real quick? Speaking of Gun Honey,
Yep, go ahead.
the creator will be on Awesome Sauce Radio next Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That'll be awesome.
Yep.
Can't wait, man. Gun Honey number 2. The one that I have up right now is the Version. Well, not the Lim
Is
Version,
that
the
the 1 in
Lim variant.
10?
Yeah, man, it's really nice. The girl laid back, just chilling in her underwear,
Yeah,
petting her
yeah,
kitty.
yeah.
Yeah, just sitting there petting her kitty. It's awesome.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so there's so the 1 to 10 Lim Version is exactly the art that I have up there. It's just gonna be without the letters on there. There's a cover B in my beginners. See, do I have that one up? Yes, I do. It looks pretty good. And then there's a cover C by Hor King and a cover D photo. I don't think I brought that one. Actually, I did. It's a cosplay photo. And let me tell you that the lady in the cos photo, God bless her heart, but she just doesn't hold a flame to the cover A. Tales of Terror, Annual Goddess of Death, cover C by Tao. This one's a Zenoscope joint. I don't know how to describe it other than don't buy this for the kids.
Zenoscope Publishing, the king of
Yeah,
tits
this
and
one is
ass
not for
covers.
kids.
Recognize.
Let's see. Nubia and the Amazons, number 1. It looks like she finally gets her own so comic. There's a cover A by Aletha Martinez, a cover B by Maika Sozo, and then there's a 1 of 25 by Mega Lustra Joshua Sway. So this one is the cover B. And looks like I don't have the 1 of 25 up yet. Future State Gotham number 6. This one's an open order.
Okay.
It's by Rose Beige. Not necessarily. I don't remember the name of the character that it's up there once again, but once again, it's Rose Beige. Sometimes you just can't fail with going with Rose Beige and her stuff. But it looks pretty damn good. I
All
gotta
right.
say.
Is that the one you were talking about on a drunken chat, son, when I was starting to fall asleep?
Nope. Different one.
Okay.
That one might have been Future State Gotham number 5.
All right.
Then Joker number 8. It's got a cover B by Jorge Molina. And then the one that I have, actually, this one, yeah, let me tell you, this Jorge Molina joint is fire, right? And it's an open order. It's got the Joker on the cover. He's holding a card, and he's looking menacingly into the camera or into the viewpoint. He's all dressed up, ready to go somewhere, but he looks like he's just looking straight dead into your soul with murderous intent.
That's
That's all this
awesome.
is.
And the Joker is one of DC's best written books.
Yes, it is. I guarantee you, this one will sell out.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, man.
But
I'll
once
put
again,
pit
that's an
money on it.
open. Yeah, once again, that's an open order. And then there's a 1 to 25 that's out there. I don't know how to describe it other than it looks like it's an apocalyptic scene with a dude that's on horseback and military gear, tromping around, tromping over bodies and fireworks and and all types of weird. It's a weird scene, but nothing once again that I would say, hey, this one definitely warrants a 1 in 25. And then the last one that I will leave everybody with is Justice League Last Ride #6. This one is going to be an open order. There's a cover B by Michael Coy. Cordstock. It's a little different. It looks like it's definitely painting. Like you should definitely hang this from your wall. Looks freaking beautiful, but it's an apocalypse. It, and I can't describe it other than the colors pop. It's an interesting technique that he's got going on. And he's once again, this is one of those. Hey, he's looking dead in the camera at you, but he's not looking just at you. He's looking over you. He's just knocked the shit out of you, and he's standing over you right now. That's where that's what's at. So once again, it's an open order. I don't know whether it'll sell out because I don't know if people care enough about this to get it, but it's definitely. I think this is definitely one that DC should definitely think about making a poster. And then the
Yes,
other
you should.
one, that was the last one that I definitely had, but the one I did want to bring out is we actually have a video for it. It's for the milestone static #15, so stand by.
The Big Bang protest changed everything, including me. I'm Static. Few of us survived and got these powers. Now, I can control electricity. I'm going to fight to make a difference.
Yes, sir. So, again, DC has been trying to reboot Milestone, get people interested in it.
Have you read any of those books yet? Because I read the Static and I thought it was decent.
I have not, man, and I actually have let the 125, the Icon and Rocket. I definitely need to definitely check that out and actually read it. But it's again, my pile keeps stacking up.
I hear about
But yeah, that's all I got, man. You got anything else that you want to push or talk
it.
about?
Right now, I just really want to once again thank my guest who is on, Rebecca Love. It was I thank everyone in the Awesome Sauce family, the Comic Crusader family, for sharing in my reunion with her because I don't get to talk and see her all that often. I also want to please, if there's anyone out there hurting, if there's anyone who's out there who needs help, please get help. I had a friend whose 14-year-old niece committed suicide last week.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that,
And
man.
it's like really,
Jeez.
that's the reason I had me reflecting on my life. And it's, I sent anyone like long-winded emails, and if I was acting a little moody in the beginning of the week, that's why. So, to my friend Angela, the entire Comic Crusaders and Awesome Sauce Media family has you in their thoughts and prayers. And if anyone needs help, please go get help. And if anyone
Most definitely.
hasn't said that they love you today, Blind Adam loves you. Always keep your pimp pants strong, and that the pimp means positive, inspiration, motivated person in this case. And just know that things always get better. Always remember you don't need sight to have a vision. I would like to thank the Big Apple Comic Con and Exotica and Key Collector and Bad Dragon for sponsoring the show. I also would like to thank the Solon Realty Corporation of Las Vegas for, all their love and support. And, I'm getting closer to making some of this adult decisions once and for all. I'm sorry, but when, I'm learning to adjust the vision, and for the last couple of years I didn't have to make a lot of adult decisions, but now that I am, and I know I want to go, to everyone who's
Adult decisions, adulting.
yeah, it sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Well, no, I feel very blessed that I'm able to do it, but there's a lot of things I'm doing for that first time.
Adam, you can't tell everybody. You can't tell everybody, hey, it gets better, then tell them adulting sucks. You can't do
I
that,
didn't
brother.
mean it in that way, you know. Just sometimes it's just like I have no clue what I'm doing. But I love you all. Remember, you don't need to have a vision. And blind Adam out.
All right.
Viewer discretion is advised.
If you feeling like a pimp.